The idea that the solution to racism is more racism is a critical race theory idea.
Parents are fighting with school boards in cities and towns across the country over curricula that they believe teaches white kids that they are racist. None of this is actually happening.
Parents have been sort of gaslit into this lie that CRT does not exist in education.
Your starting position in this race will be decided by the answers to questions that we are going to be asking you.
Sorry, what? It's a joke.
It exists primarily as praxis, or the application of theory.
This activity is intended to explore how society favors one race over others.
So it doesn't actually say at the top of the page in the manual CRT, but it's implied. How do we recognize it?
If English is your parents' first language, take a step forward.
Oh, yeah.
So what you might look for is when students are asked to, as they use the word or the phrase, interrogate race, they may be lesson plans built upon these presuppositions that racism is systemic.
If you have ever been the only person in the room of your race, take a step backwards.
If you've never been asked where you come from, take a step forward.
So it's not explicitly taught, but it's used as a lens through which curriculum and lessons are filtered.
If we were about to start a race, is this a fair starting point for us all? No.
I'm more worried about the long-term consequences for kind of the social fabric of our country if this kind of racial identitarianism gets fomented in students.
Farah, none of us are white. None of us are white. It's unfair.
Farah!
It's kind of frustrating that, like, me and Sarah are just standing at the back here while the majority of people who may be white are, like, standing right at the front.
Like, you have to understand how, when we're talking about where these philosophies come from.
Henry, how are you feeling being right at the very front?
It feels quite weird because if you think about it, I think all of us should be at the same point.
Quote, I am a teacher, and yes, critical race theory is in your school.
But sadly, the questions, the ways that they were put didn't favour some people, which I think is quite unfair.
They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking.
On your marks, get set, go!
It's like, okay, but your ideas are Marxist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.